your head, pick up your body, get on the bus, it's time to party. It's Gregory. It is a Saturday night, Gregory. Take your socks off and take your pants on, get in the car and drive on.
Coming back on Friday Night, Greg. We don't know if you caught the first half, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll Max edits it. We're back. Just a quick re-intro. We got Matt Peoples here. He's hosting at Mohegan Sun, and Max, the producer who was opening for me at Wisecrackers.
Yeah.
And now, he's producing the podcast. Our thing keeps breaking. How was the show last night, guys?
It was pretty fun. The crowd was very drunk.
Yeah, very, very drunk. Very rowdy, very drunk.
I would argue that the show was not very fun. And those people were monsters. And it was a horrible time. But I get it. The openers, they got to be like, I had a great time. I loved it. I love comedy. I love the club. Dude, those fucking people were animals. That lady wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't
After
shut
every
up.
joke, she wouldn't shut the fuck up. Just lady just kept screaming. Oh god! And then this is what gets me, because I used to be at a place where I didn't have fans, and I would just do horrible shows, and people would be like, whatever. We saw comedy, and that was bad. But now, like, people are coming to see me, and this lady messaged me, and she was like, I'm so happy you were able to calm down, but those people really ruined the show. So now I'm like, damn, like, you're kind of fucking up my shit, girl. You can't be screaming like that. But anyway, we had some. I had fun with you guys, I guess.
You handled it with grace, though. You couldn't tell that it was getting to you. It was a nice.
What?
You had a very nice handling it with grace. That you couldn't tell that they were bothering you at all.
Oh, really? When I told them to shut the fuck up?
Yeah, but it was with love. You could feel the love coming from you. You'd be like, "Hey, shut up, please."
I should have threw him with his shoe. I should have threw a shoe at her head with love.
Yeah, a little Puerto Rican.
They
girlfriend
have.
action.
They told us that for tonight they have their code. Like, can I have some water? And they'll try to calm people down. But at that point, I don't know what you can do.
That's the thing. At the end of the show, and I love this lady, and I love these people.
Yeah, they're great.
But they're like, oh, we didn't know because you didn't say the code. Ask for water. I go, was shut the fuck up, people, not the code. You people need to shut the fuck up.
That's a good code too.
Yeah, that'll get the job
That's how
though.
it works. But they're right in the front row, so it's hard to like throw people out in the front row.
Yeah.
But like they really made the whole thing about themselves. And there was one guy on the right who just had his arms crossed the whole time, like he was mad at me.
Yeah.
And it was like, I didn't even get to my fucking liberal bullshit yet.
Yeah.
Everyone there looks. Also, I was telling Max, I don't know if you noticed this, Matt, but everyone here looks the exact same.
Yes, absolutely.
It's men are wearing plaid,
Yeah.
beard, camouflage, and every woman has a vest.
Yep.
I don't know why, but it's like a vest sale going on in this fucking town.
The women are deeply Eddie Bowered out the entire time. It is unbelievable to see. And sometimes I think we're spoiled from like living near a city where we're like, people don't really look like that. But you realize that's probably 87% of America. It's just the homies out here in Pennsylvania, who we love. They're great folks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I deeply agree with that. Yeah,
I hate
100%.
everyone, so I don't know that I love them.
Okay, true, fair.
I come here, I'm like, I hate you people. I go back home, I go, I hate you people.
Yeah.
I love them, but I hate them because everyone is stupid.
Yeah.
It's like 50% of the world is stupid. Just stupid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
whatever you can do.
The casino's been interesting to just wander around. Matt, have you had this issue? I can't walk into the casino without them IDing me every single time.
Well, they did it when we walked in last night, and they looked at our IDs. It was an older gentleman, which God rest his soul wherever he is today. But like
You think he died since yesterday?
I wouldn't be
Maybe.
surprised. He's one of the 11 oldest guys of all time. It was startling to see him.
He's already dead.
He was
Maybe.
wearing a blazer and nobody else was, and you could tell they were kind of like, "What's the deal here?" But he kind of looked at our IDs so long to the point where like two younger people came up and like, "You're good, just go, you're fine."
They ID Max
Every time.
Every time. Like they walked up. We were already in. Someone goes, hey, who's your son? Does he have ID? No kids in the casino. And I was like, he's got a fake beard. Because
Yeah.
we gave him a fake beard.
True.
Yeah.
But that's why. And then the lady, I walk in, she IDs Max. She looks at me, she goes, not you fat fuck. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, but that's
Do you take offense to that when they keep IDing you, or you're just like, let's
I
keep
don't
it
take
pushing?
offense. It's just annoying, and I'm just like, I just want to be like, I'm just here to tell jokes. I'm not even gambling. Just let me. I go in, to leave for a sec, come back in a different entrance, and it's like I got ID'd like
Same
7
thing.
times today.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Like they need to come up with a system
Yeah.
that isn't like they check ID every 5 feet.
Yeah.
And it's wild.
It's a lot. Are you guys big gamblers?
No, I haven't gambled at all.
Floor at all? No.
No, I have enough addictions.
True. That's how I look at it too.
Yeah, I also don't want to spend the money I made at the club. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm coming here to get money. If you walk away losing the money, that's like annoying.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time in casinos. And look at those people.
Yeah.
Is this who I want to be? Like, look at those people.
I know.
They're monsters.
I know. But don't you envy it a little bit? Don't you wish you could just do, like, you just plop down, sit in front of a slot for like 3 hours. Your kids don't talk to you anymore. You just get to relax for once. I kind of like the idea of it a little bit.
Yeah, I guess. Man, you look at them. They can't breathe.
True.
They're all online. They're like, and it's like they just like ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all like that with Instagram, right? And they know they're not going to win any money.
They're just sitting at vaguely racist sounding slot machines.
They are. What was that one you saw?
It was like
Chinese boy?
Chinese shore.
Yeah. It was like ching chong bing bong. And you're like, this is offensive.
Yeah, no, it's no good.
They're all wildly close to a wrestler.
Yeah, they are.
Buffalo Man. And it's
Yeah.
like, this is offensive.
Yeah,
The wet market slots.
yeah.
Where are you from, Matt?
I'm from southern New Jersey, just outside Philadelphia. So predominantly in Philadelphia. Got a nice alarm
Please
going
silence
off.
your phones.
That's very,
Absolute. What an amateur.
No, I'm kidding.
very unprofessional.
Also, the club is like, we have to like go do our second show in like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
They'll be all right.
we can do like 15 more.
No, we got till 6:30. We got time. That's exactly it.
Yeah, Philadelphia, dude. Are you guys like, so you're from Philly, right?
Yeah,
And
outside
then
of
you've
Philly.
probably been there a ton of times, right? I guess, in
Yeah.
Philly?
Yeah, I've been in Philly.
Yeah. Not a lot going on there.
It's a fun city.
Yeah. So you're from, so you're, what do you do? Have another job or?
Yeah, I got a grown-up job during the day that I'm trying to get rid of, but that takes about 95 years.
What do
And
you do?
I work for the government.
Really?
It sounds a lot cooler than it is. I just sit there at a cubicle and get sad for about 9 hours a day and then go home.
That's great. But what do you do?
Like logistics.
For
kinda
what
thing.
government agency?
The Department of Defense.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, you look like you might be like a military guy. Were you in the military?
No, I look like every white Republican of all time.
You're kind of jacked, right? You're like a jacked guy.
No, I like
Big
to
shoulders?
I like to throw a little couple weights around every once in a while. But yeah, I work for the government. I was not in the military, although not too long ago, they gave us like military IDs to get onto the base, and they look exactly the same if you were in the military. And I went to a Wawa not too long ago. I went to pull out to pay with my debit card, and I pulled out my it's called your CAT card. I pulled
Sure.
it out by accident, and the girl at the register thought I was like an active duty military guy. So she goes, "Thank you for your service." And there's no way to dance around that. So I panicked. I went, "Oh no!" Like just as if I was telling her, "Not you, dude. I do it for everybody else."
Yeah.
So it was a little freaky. Yeah,
No, you take the discount and
I
take
really-
the service. We all service something.
yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
She probably agrees. You shows you a thank you for something.
It's not quite stolen valor, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, I don't mind, man. I once told them I was in 9/11 just to get 50% off of a donut once. And I asked him too. I was like, "Do I get 50% off if I was in 9/11?" And she went, "No." And I went, "You're fucked up." And she went, "All right, I'll give it to you this time."
It's also a funny way to describe being there. Like I was in 9/11.
Okay, I got 50% off of this. Anyway, nothing matters anymore. I'm gonna spiral again. Last episode I had a real big spiral.
Yeah, you
And
did.
What happened?
I just stopped believing in myself.
Oh, come on, dude.
Well, and after last night, Jesus Christ, what a nightmare those people were.
You had a great set. You
Yeah.
guys both had great sets.
Well,
Yeah, you too.
Your level of understanding comedy is not the same. You know what I mean? I mean, this is that's the thing. Though, I'll tell you this, buddy. Having a day job, don't look down on yourself. Not look down on yourself, but like, dude, having money and being an artist are not connected. On how good you are as an artist has nothing to do with if that's how much you make money. Because I'm like one of the best, and I'm broke.
You
Nobody
got to be
knows.
doing well, dude.
Yeah.
Tell us exactly how much you make every show.
I'm literally sitting in the same room as you. We're all. I bet
Yeah,
you.
but you're higher up. You're on like a higher floor. That's something.
If they asked me, and you know who's on the highest floor? Max. They put Max on the 7th
They
floor.
put me on 7,
It's just-
right by the elevator.
It's just one room, dude. You're Rapunzel. You got your hair hanging down.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's like I think comedically I'm doing well. Like I think I'm a good comic, and I think that I've been around a while. But like I used to think that like there's a lot of people who are not very good who are very wealthy, and it's just because it doesn't equate the same way anymore. It's not. It's like it's business. If you want to make money in comedy, you have to be good at business. If you want to be good at being a comedian, you have to be good at being a comedian. But
Sure.
that doesn't necessarily get you money. I know a lot of really great comics who are broke.
Yeah,
Not broke. Broke is such a harsh word.
Yeah.
Not rich.
I I don't even know what that quantifies as, like rich at this point. But I guess it's just the marketing stuff where you got to go up and just like flip your business cards. I don't even know how things work.
Flip your business cards.
I don't know how you guys get down.
No, buddy. We got a lot to learn here. Business cards, I don't think, are really the way to get famous. But TikTok?
Yeah.
Instagram, that's a way. You maybe put your business card on Instagram?
True. You should just do like a 10-minute long video of just your business card, a still of it. Yeah.
How long you been doing stand-up?
Like 5 years, 4 years, 5 years
All
now
right.
at this point. So a little bit.
Do you have any questions for a comedy legend like myself?
I do have tons of questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know any off the top of your head?
Let me headline tonight.
That's the question?
It's not really a
That was a
question.
demand, and it was more of a threat.
Sorry.
Let me headline tonight.
Well, he's in the military.
Also, go right ahead. As long as they don't change our pay, I'm fine. I'll fucking lay right in bed. I got an ear infection right now.
No, well, I will say this: like, when you're in a headliner spot, does it feel like the marketing part of it? Do you feel weird? Like, do you feel salesy, or is it kind of just like, got to do it, whatever?
Yeah, now it just feels like got to do it.
Yeah.
I also like this is kind of fucked up. If the club's not paying me a lot, I don't market that hard. I also have to be better at like, because I just had 2 kids, so I'm starting to like now get back on the road. I have to get back in the like marketing zone. But like this weekend, I didn't push too hard. I should have. Really, what should be happening is Max, my producer, should be reminding me to push my dates.
Yeah, it should be.
But he doesn't really.
We're gonna be
earn his keep.
we're gonna be up at Penn State, the 26th and 27th.
Oh, we are at Penn State. Max is coming.
Yeah, I'm coming there too.
It's a 4.5-hour drive. I'm gonna blow my brains out.
It might be more.
Is it?
I don't know. It's far.
God damn it, man.
Yeah.
I might be canceling this show. Stay home.
It's actual Penn State, the college, because I know they have a bunch of satellite
It's a
colleges.
state college.
It's in the town. It's not for the college.
Okay, true. Gotcha. Yeah, Penn
I
State's a little
can't.
stinky.
So we might be going there. I might quit comedy. So that I might just be done.
If you did quit, what do you think you would do? Like,
I'd
what
kill
would be
myself. I'll kill myself. Well, I have nothing I want to do.
Yeah.
I love this. I would be a dad, I guess. I just keep being a dad, and I don't want to quit because I love doing it. And I do think I'm right on the edge of something happening. Like I think it's like right on the edge of like a something big. But I've been thinking that for the past 15 years. So
Well, your special is about to drop.
it is about to drop.
Sweet.
And then everyone's gonna love it. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. Max was there.
Yeah, I saw it live.
That's awesome. Where'd you record it at?
The Comedy Cellar in New York. It's a comedy club.
Yeah, you ever heard the rumors? That's so sick.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I'm actually really proud of it. It has some bits from my first album on it, but Greg Warren, do you know Greg Warren? He's like a great comic.
Familiar yet?
Yeah, he's a sweet guy. He was like, I was like, should I put some of these old bits on? He was like, have you ever had him on a special? I was like, no. He goes, put it on a special.
Yeah.
It's such your best fucking material on the specials. I'm like, okay, so I did that, and then this guy Blockhead, he did a beat for the intro, which I'm like so excited about. And then all these people donated money to have it made, and I still have to send them. I have to. There was like a tier system we did for a GoFundMe.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah.
And I have not sent anybody anything yet. But my goal was to send it to them by the time it comes out. And so I've been delaying pushing this thing out because I got to get these pictures out. I have to like give people art. I told everyone who donated over a certain amount of money that I would draw them a picture. It's so labor intense that I'm like so overwhelmed by this. But maybe I should have did that this weekend. I should have made Max.
Like draw like an
Make
actual
me
sketch
draw it.
drawing?
Yeah, like I'm not even a good artist. I don't even know why I would decide to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not an artist at all.
That's funny. It's
But fuck it.
If your wife like watching you draw and you're like, babe, you don't get it. It's for the career. This is important. Just doodling. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's crazy for like being with me. Do you have any like honest to God questions? Because that would really be exciting.
I have I mean, honestly, like recording the special, is it like the most anxiety-inducing day of your life, or are you just kind of like, I can't think about it till it happens, or I'll die?
I think I was kind of like, I think for most people it is. I handle stress weird. I get stressed about everything little in my life. But like the special, I don't think I was all that stressed because I was like, it's not going to be good, and that's fine. Like I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I live in this state of like complete nihilism, and that makes me comfortable. Like I like the fact that I don't believe in God. When you die, it's nothing. So that makes me feel very happy because I'm like, oh, so I'll enjoy this because who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So with the special, it was like, yeah, I'll just put it out. It'll be bad. And then as soon as I get on stage, confident Greg. So there's two different people. My goal is to be who I am on stage, off stage. Because when I'm on stage, I am like really, that's like, I'm me. I'm confident. I'm that.
Yeah.
But off stage, I feel like it's shit, you know. So As soon as I walk on stage, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna knock this thing out of the fucking park.
Wow, what a cool reversal. I feel like it's usually the opposite, where it's like off stage, you're like kind of like, I feel pretty good about myself. Then you get on there, you might feel a little bit like, do they really like this? But I guess if you've been doing it for as long as you have, that kind of starts to go out the window a little bit.
Yeah. I don't. Do you get nervous before you go on stage?
No, I don't know. I mean, I think earlier in the day, I'm just like, especially for like this, it's like, oh, I'm going to do like 30 minutes. So it's a longer set. I'm like, oh, that's like, I haven't done that many 30-minute sets.
Right.
So there's a little bit of that. But then when I'm on stage, it's just kind of like, well, I'm just doing this now.
Right.
And even like right before getting on, I wasn't that nervous. It was more like the morning of or like the day before being like, oh, tomorrow I have to do all this.
Yeah.
But
Right. Do you get nervous?
Not for, I think it depends. Like you're kind of saying, like it's like whatever spot you're getting.
So
like
let
if
me
it's a
change the
longer
question
one.
real quick. Not necessarily nervous, but do you feel anything right before you walk on stage?
Yeah,
Excitement?
yeah, I get excited to go on stage.
Okay. I don't feel absolutely nothing. I mean, it's like, and I think that kind of comes with time, but I remember used to be like, yeah, like, oh man, I hope this goes well or blah, blah, blah. But now it's just like, I am walking on stage. I'm the same person 2 seconds before stage as I am off, which I think just comes with time. But I'm trying to remember the days of like, man, those days of being like nervous were fun. Like I miss that. I miss that feeling of being like, yo, I'm going to fucking go on stage. It's going to be fucking awesome. And,
would you get really nervous like earlier on in your career, or was it kind of just like I feel this is happening.
I was
aware of
more
it?
excited.
Yeah.
Like I was excited to get on stage.
Yeah.
Like, and the last time I was like nervous or excited was my audition for The Cellar, which I was sitting there and I was like, man, I really hope this goes well. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And Sean Donnelly walks up to me. Is fucking. I love Sean, but what a prick. He was like, what are you nervous? What's wrong with you? You fucking scared? Don't worry. Who gives a shit? Like he just kept saying, and I was like, dude, stop it. Like, and he goes, hey, what the fuck? You're gonna bomb. Like he was like trying to be funny, but I'm like, you don't understand. Like this is one of the biggest moments of my career. So please don't. And he was like, oh, sorry, buddy, sorry. And he apologized. And then right when I walked on, I was nervous. And the minute I walked on stage, I went, oh, you're a comedian. This is a crowd. You know how to do this. And I had to me, I do whatever. I had a great set.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is what I do. And so I don't know, but like tonight, like even when those people would heckle and scream last night, old Greg used to be like, fuck, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? Now the emotion is, what the fuck? Like, come on, I don't want to deal with this. Like, it's more tired. Like, God, you suck.
Yeah.
This sucks. I don't care if I bomb. Who cares? There's no bombing. I don't bomb anymore. It's like, it doesn't, even if no one laughs, I don't call it I don't think it's a bomb.
Yeah.
Because I don't care.
They were a more specific kind of like there. I saw like several people at tables doing the thing where they laugh and then they look at everybody else at the table to show them they're laughing. Like it was that level of like, I'm actually the most important person here right now. Right. They don't even realize that up there.
So what happened, what sucks, is I had some fans there last night, and they were like really excited, and they were really good.
Yeah.
But they put the shit people up front. Not that they would know who the good people and who the shit people were.
Yeah.
And the shit people ruined the show. But if those good people were up front, that show would have been different. Like because those people, like, remember when we walked down, they were like, you ready for a show? And we were like, wow.
Yeah.
People screamed. It was like, oh, they were comedy fans here.
Yeah.
But they were drowned out by the, like, we're going to a show, we're fucking hammered people. Who are 56 years old with their fat, ugly wives. Where everyone's in their stupid vests.
Some of the big-bodied women look pretty good, though, if you ask me. I saw a couple in the crowd that looked a little double XL, and I was not upset with how they looked.
Hey, I got no problem with that. I got no problem
They
with
looked
a big woman.
okay to me, dude.
I like a big woman. I like all the women. I like any kind of woman. Also,
Yeah.
when you're married for 15 years, you'll fuck anything.
True.
You know what I mean? Because I can't fuck anything. So I'm a prison guard looking outside like, I just want to taste that McDonald's hamburger.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I'm at. But, like, now, like, McDonald's isn't so good. But when you're in prison, a Big Mac would be amazing.
Sure. And now you get a role play. You buy like your wife a Patagonia vest, and you say, "Look, just throw this on, just yell at me for like 10 minutes."
Yeah. But, it is what it is. Also, is it...
Yeah, we should maybe do our intermission, podcast intermission.
28? Oh, yeah, all right. We'll take a... But are we going to do the Patreon?
I mean, we're going to do
Doesn't matter.
some more after the show.
Okay.
And then you have more. I mean, we could keep going and do a Patreon episode after as
Sounds
well.
good.
Or we could do another one of your albums that you made.
We'll take our intermission.
Yeah.
We'll let you guys know how the show went.
Yeah.
We have 2 shows.
Yeah.
We could walk back and we could be enemies.
Yeah.
Like, we have no idea how the next 5 what for them will be 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But for us is going to be 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's a 7 and 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
long.
we'll be getting off stage. We'll be done. We'll be back at midnight, I guess.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys in like 2 seconds. All right. Bye.
Cool.
Oh, what up? We're back. We did our shows. I feel like we got a whole other vibe now. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh God. Fun crowd, right, boys?
Yeah,
would
much
say
better
so.
crowd than
Yeah.
last night.
Certainly much better.
I wanted to kill myself in the first part of this episode,
Yeah,
but now I feel better.
that's good.
You know?
Yeah.
They were a better crowd. They were. What'd you go? How did your set go, Matt?
I was okay with it. I thought it got everything started pretty well, and they were pretty receptive without being a little silly.
Yeah.
But they seemed like they were kind of like enjoying what was happening, as opposed to last night. It felt like we were inconveniencing them.
Yeah.
You know,
They
at our
hated
expense.
us last night.
It was a weird one.
Max, how did your bit about there's a bit I like. How
Down
did-
syndrome.
No, not that one. I do like that one, but the other one about it. No, you got to not Bill Clinton.
Hunter.
Hunter Biden.
The Hunter. They like the Hunter stuff.
Yeah.
They like the Hunter stuff. There was a joke I did on the show last night though, that like got a guy in tears and a big laugh, and it did not. They
really?
didn't like it as much this time. So that's interesting to see like what really pops off.
What was
in
that
one.
joke about?
I talk about how you can't say the R word anymore, but if you're late, you can still say you're tardy.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You like talking about
Yeah.
R-tards.
Yeah.
It's fucked up, Max. You a fucked up guy, bro.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
too
that was-
dirty.
that was
Yeah.
a long day.
Yeah, that
dirty
was a little
dog.
more fun. What were we gonna say? Does anybody have any questions? I got nothing to talk about.
You were talking
Oh,
you
God,
in the
I'm
car.
bad
You're saying
podcast
about the what your doctor said to you.
What?
Your doctor about your ear thing.
Oh, that's why I feel better too. My ear thing is kind
Oh,
of
good.
Yeah, I went to this doctor. So I get this ear thing every time I get sick. I'll when I start getting better, I get like this pulsating pain in my ear.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. And I went to see a doctor. I'm like, hey man, and he looks at me and he looks at my ear and he goes, well, it's not an ear infection. Like he was mad at me. And I was like, okay, so what is it? And he goes, could be anything. And I'm like, you can't give me the same response that a janitor would give me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I noticed too, they said they didn't call him a doctor. They said he was he's a care specialist. They were like, oh, you have your care specialist coming in or something. And I'm like, what does that fucking mean? Am I a care specialist? What's a care specialist?
Yeah.
I think that I don't know what it was, but I'm like, I don't know. That's all I had to say on that. Is they
Yeah.
didn't say anything and no one got us any closer. They told me to go see another doctor and they charged me $75 before I even walked in the door.
Oh
So they charge you $75 and he goes, could be anything. And I'm like, you can't do that. You got to give me something.
Yeah.
Bro, that's insane. So you still have no idea what's wrong with your ear, and it's still fucked up?
It happens every time I get sick. A day after, my ear and scalp get pain, and it's like
your
it's pulsating.
scalp too?
Scalp here, ear. It's like pulsating, and then it like I think there's some kind of like I don't know drip. I don't know what the hell it is. It's just maybe some kind of like it gets inflamed when I get sick, and that's just
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
It happened. It's been happening for years.
Oh my god!
But
You
no
ever worry
doctor wants to
there's,
tell
like-
me.
You ever see like there's like people go to the ear doctor, whatever they're called, and there's like a small bug?
Yeah, man.
tunnel
I
that's
knew
been,
you were
like-
going that. You didn't got.
I didn't want to say that. That's my B. That's my B on that one. I just had to bring it to light too.
I hope to God there's not a giant roach living in my brain.
Look, dude, he said it could be anything. So who knows?
I have been told that my brain is has been a little bit has been bitten out, like a mouse has climbed in there and bit a little bit out, like a little bit of cheese.
Yeah, it's a little
Shouldn't
cheese.
say that.
That's gonna be fun.
What kind of act? What do you do as on? I haven't seen you yet. I have not watched one single joke you do.
I kind of like that. I think that'll be a fun thing to just. I've opened for you the entire weekend, and you just have no idea what I do. I kind of think that's
Yeah.
a fun little angle. Whatever you got to do, it's totally fine with me. Mm-hmm. I just kind of get up there and I just kind of say, "Hey, what the heck, guys?" Stuff like that. You know.
What the heck, guys?
I go, "What the heck's going on up here, guys?" And they panic, and I panic too, and it's a good time.
Do you do redhead material?
I have one redhead joke, which I hate doing, but
Why?
when you're hosting, I feel like you kind of got to lean into the universal hackier jokes.
Well, I'll tell you, I
for the
think
most part.
redheads got it harder than people think.
How do you mean?
Well, my friend Nathan McIntosh is a redhead.
Yeah.
He's constantly bitching about it.
Yeah, it's
And
tough.
He says that, and then they've replaced all the redheads have been replaced by black characters on TV.
Yeah,
That's a big thing.
That's true.
Yep. Little Mermaid,
Yeah.
they are trying to
That's
get rid
it.
of us. I mean,
Starfire.
Starfire, right? Anyway,
It was like a universe. I mean, growing up, I was like, I played basketball a lot growing up. I'm a longer kid. And I primarily played on like mostly black teams. and they would kind of complain about things or things that bothered them, and I could like relate. Like they would talk about like getting judged by your skin color, and I was like, I'm pretty
Right.
pale. People make fun of me for that.
Yeah,
they're like,
sure.
Touch your hair, things like that. People always want to touch my hair.
Did they call you Scalabrini?
I got Scalabrini quite a bit, dude.
What's Scalabrini?
It was
Is
a
it a-
Boston Celtic. It was
Yeah.
a white redhead.
Oh, I thought it was a pasta douche.
The White Mamba, yeah.
The white mamba.
Really?
Yeah.
He was called the White Mamba?
Yeah, but it's
Is
because
that
he wasn't that good.
Oh.
So it was like Kobe was the black mamba.
Yeah.
Was he, this is pre or post Kobe?
Like same time.
Like during Kobe, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
he
he probably
wasn't-
came in after Kobe, but wasn't in as long.
Damn.
He was like a skinny, fat white guy who was like 6'8", and just like not just ginger, but like when you get to the point where you're a ginger with like curly hair, you're a whole different level of redhead.
Right.
And he was actually, he wasn't awful.
No.
But he was certainly not good.
Mm-hmm.
And he has like a famous quote about, he was like, I'm closer to LeBron than you guys are to me. Because people would try
Yes.
to play him all
I
the
know
time.
that. I saw this on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and he like just trashed anyone who wanted to play him.
Yeah, he's still incredibly good versus like a normal person, but, but people would like try to call him out all the time, which is nuts. He's still
That's so
huge.
fucking true. I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me.
Yeah.
So cool.
He's now an announcer. He's now an announcer for Celtics games.
Celtics, yeah.
Really? Who's on the Celtics now? Ron
Jason
Paul?
Tatum. Yeah, Ron Paul's on there. Yeah.
John Paul? There was a Paul in there.
Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce.
Paul
Is
Pierce.
he alive?
He's alive, but he's retired.
Damn.
Yeah, he's the man.
What was his
Yeah.
nickname?
The truth.
The truth.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, what happened to my man?
Which
my
one?
man, I said I wasn't going to watch basketball, so they bring him back. He's the guy, Chappelle said he's got the blackest name in
Oh, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Someone sent me a highlight of him just punching people and choking people out.
Yes.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah.
Did they ban him?
No, they suspended him for an random amount of time. They were like, until he knows what he did was wrong.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and they were like, he's getting counseling, and he's now like, yeah, they're getting him he's like in therapy for like how it's not okay to punch people in the face.
It was the craziest suspension because it's normally like everybody finds out he's getting suspended and they're like, man, fuck that guy, whatever. But every other player was like, I hope he gets the help he needs.
Yeah.
That's the worst way to deal with the suspension.
Dude, and I kind of love that they were like, yeah, he just needs some help. Like, let's get this guy some help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think let him punch people out more.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's an entertainment product.
He
Let him
last year someone was on the ground and he jumped on them and like kicked off with one foot and just like really like right on the guy's chest.
Wow.
And I was like, dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
What's wrong? I mean, does he how does he talk off camera? Is he crazy?
No, he's pretty calm and like collected when
Really?
he talks. He has a podcast and he's very like, yeah, I understand, like you shouldn't punch people, it's not good. And then he gets on the court and he like beats the shit out of people and it's like,
Yeah.
well, part of you gets this is not good.
No, he's like the Hulk.
He's got some
Yeah.
weird stuff. He was like, he has like tweets about him calling LeBron my king. Verbatim saying LeBron my king. He calls him my king.
My king. That's
Yeah,
fun.
that's
Not
insane
just the
thing.
king.
Yeah.
He's
Is he
personal.
on the same team as LeBron?
No.
No, that's the weirdest part.
Wow.
He was at
Neil's
his
to him.
wedding. Yeah.
He was at his wedding?
Yeah, he was at his wedding. They had like pictures together, like in the tuxedos and like one of the photo booth things.
Yeah.
Things, and he's like, "Oh, I'm glad to be out here with my king." It's like,
Is Draymond still suspended?
If he's not, he's like just getting his first game back. He's like, they've announced he's coming back. So if he isn't, he'll probably be back the next game.
I saw some interview where I guess it was like the head of basketball. Like he said he was thinking about not coming back. And he was like, no, man, you're coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, you got to fucking get your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going to retire, and then the commissioner talked him out of it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's nice. Why? Because they know he's a moneymaker now.
I guess so. I think it's just he's like, don't do something rash.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're talking to the guy who fucking punches people out. I don't know.
This guy lives on rash.
Yeah, he is the rashest.
That's fun. What was your favorite part of my set tonight, guys?
I love when you got out there and you just started friggin' doing it, man. I
doing
watched
it.
you get up there and I went, he's about to
This
friggin'
guy's
do
doing
it,
it.
isn't he?
Did you see me doing it?
I was sitting there in the back.
I
with
do be
Max,
doing it.
And you were friggin' I went, he's getting the job done.
Yo, a lot of people, I'll say this, man. I go up there and people go, that guy be doing it. And that guy gets the job done.
That's all I said the entire time.
And not a single person at that show said thank you or seemed to like funny. They all just filed out.
Yeah.
completely.
Avert their gaze, yeah.
Yeah, but they were good. They were fun. I had fun. They didn't like my pedophile stuff, but I understand.
Yeah, they never
I am
do.
a pedophile.
Peter Light made me laugh pretty
Yeah,
hard.
Peter
out
Light
loud.
was
That
good.
was very funny.
Yeah,
I
that's a
like
great-
pitching when you pitch them that they should try a finger in the butt.
Shh, I was kidding. Don't tell my jokes.
Yeah, we've done
Don't
two
burn
jokes,
him, bro. Don't burn me, dog.
Sorry,
Don't burn me. I should have come with topics to speak about. This was a real last minute thing, but
You were going to talk about movies?
we didn't prepare.
We can do it off the dome.
We could try. All right. You have time to think.
Okay.
Off the top of your head, you don't got to be correct. Top 5 movies. Your top 5. You don't got to stick to it. It could just be what you're thinking right now.
My firm number one, and this is probably a white guy staple. There Will Be Blood.
Oh,
That's
a good
my.
one.
That might be my number one too.
It's just too good, dude. A drunk millionaire
Mm-hmm.
in the 1920s. It doesn't get much better than that.
yeah.
I'd probably go that way. Yeah.
No, I would say Hot Shots Part 2.
Hot Shots Part 2.
Part 2.
I'd go Lady Ballers.
We should have fucking did that, man.
We should
didn't
have.
have as much. We were gonna get high and watch Lady Ballers. Do you know what Lady Ballers is? The Daily Wire made a movie. Do you know familiar with the Daily Wire?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about like guys who become basketball players, to defeat the trans thing.
Yeah, it's like a team of all men competing against the women.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a guy we know is in it.
Now here's the thing: we should make a bet. We should make a sports bet. Do they win at the end?
Yeah.
They're just gonna win. They're just gonna destroy the women.
I think there's probably no arc to the movie. I think it's probably just the same kind of joke over and over again.
We should guess on how that movie, because a normal movie they go, okay, they're guys, but at the end they lose to women because the women get this, they whatever.
Yeah.
Right? These are just fat, normal guys. But that's not the way Ben Shapiro's movie's going.
No.
No. There's no way. And it's all supposed to be like an FU to like the liberal guy.
Yeah.
Like there's no actual, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of stuff outside of that. It's just being like, screw you guys. We made our own damn film,
Yeah.
which is fun.
It also annoys me because it's like, you could do that, but then also just do like a really good movie.
Yeah.
My problem with this stuff is that they go, well, they have all these filters now. Where it's like, okay, but now you're doing anti-movie. Just do movie without filters.
Yes.
Just make your own Star Wars movie without without Ray or whatever the fuck. That's not really, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, just do, hey, we're going to do Little Mermaid and we're going to cast whoever the best actress is. We're not going to whatever. Like, just do that. Do the non-filter stuff. But they're like, nah, fuck it. We're going to do, this is a no blacks movie or whatever they're doing.
But then it's also like this is their counter to being like, oh, all these like movies, like Hollywood's just like shoving their liberal agenda down our throats, so we're going to shove our conservative agenda down their throats. It's like the counter to that would be to make a good movie with no politics at all.
Right.
Like
That's
that would be to prove you're making good movies without any sway. But they just go the opposite.
Do you know what would make people fucking, what would prove them? If they just went up to like Adam McKay and were like, we're going to give you an insane amount of movie money, just make whatever Will Ferrell movie you want. Just make whatever you want. We will give you no notes.
Yeah.
Right? Then they'd make this wildly hilarious movie and they go, this came from the right. That would piss off the fucking left so bad. And they would win because they wouldn't just have this stupid fucking movie.
Yeah.
But no one's as smart as me. I'm just too smart.
I think the closest thing was that Clint Eastwood movie. The one where there's like an Asian gang. I think that's the closest it got for like the right.
Oh.
Just
Gran
subtly-
Turismo?
Gran Torino or whatever.
Gran Torino.
But that's actually a good movie.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good movie, and he
Yeah.
just does little movements where he's like, they're actually an Asian gang.
They should just produce give Clint Eastwood a thing, because Clint Eastwood does make good movies.
Yeah.
Right. And he's a pretty right wing.
Yeah.
He's also 130 years old now.
But that's part of it. That's why he's the man.
Yeah, it's just wild. Like, the Lady Ballers is the dumbest move ever.
Yeah.
And also, they casted people in it that, like, live on my block.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, can't, dude, get real actors.
Yeah.
I don't need comedians.
Well, that's like the second Daily Wire movie that Tyler's in.
Well, Tyler's in. Yeah, that's right. You told me.
Tyler Fisher.
What-
Yeah.
Wait, they did another Daily Wire movie?
They've done like a couple.
What?
Yeah, they did one that was like a Western. And that one might actually not be shoving conservative shit down your throat. It probably is, but I don't know
Yeah.
what the angle there would be, because it's just a cowboy Western thing.
Sure.
And then I think they did another movie about like a school shooting where like another kid with a gun's a good guy with a gun. I
Hell
think
yeah.
they did something like that.
We should watch that.
Yeah.
Good Kid with a Gun.
Yeah, good kid with a gun.
I could write Good Kid with a Gun.
Yeah.
Think they'll let me write their movies?
You should reach out to Daily Wire. I'm sure the threshold to getting a movie made with them is not that high.
Good Kid with a Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
What about the Sound of Freedom? You guys see that movie?
Oh.
What? I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
What's the deal? It was like a real pedophile made a real pedophile movie?
Yeah, it was not too terrific, which is you
Did
kind
you
of
watch
should
it?
hit it. Yeah, I saw it for the most part. I saw about an hour of it. I'm a big Jim Caviezel dude. I got blacked out one night and watched Passion of the Christ, and I was like, damn, I might be religious again. This is the best movie of all time. But he's like the star of it, and it's not a good movie. But
it's okay if it is.
Yeah, it's not a great one, but it's one you kind of got to root for the guy the entire time, because if you don't root for the protagonist, it's like, what's your other interest in it the entire time?
But what's it about?
He discovers like a child trafficking ring, and then he tries to get to the bottom of it, trying to find a specific girl, and it's just really, it's like Man on Fire if nobody thought about the movie at all.
Right.
Basically, you know. But still not bad.
If I wanted to write a super right-wing movie,
Yeah.
we got to. What are the things we need to add? One, good guy with a gun.
Good guy with a gun.
Trans person.
Killer. Serial killer.
That's a nice wrinkle.
All right,
Trans
okay.
serial killer.
What are all the topics that they want that we got to get? And Joe Rogan is in it. He's a god. He just plays Jesus.
You need to have a single mother get thrown off welfare. They like that.
It's like, you got to make the Wizard of Oz, but like Donald Trump is Oz.
Right.
He's the one you find at the very end.
Well, that's what Kamala said. Kamala said something like that. She like called him like I think she called him the Wizard of Oz,
Really?
and that she called him like the little man behind the curtain. And people were like, "We don't care what you have to say about anything."
I know. It sucks when you're like your team isn't that great, but you
Yeah.
can't root for. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. My ear aches back.
It's a bit down.
How long have you been on?
This
20?
time 16ish.
All right, we'll do like a little bit more.
Yeah,
Let's get a really fun topic. It's the most awkward thing to host a podcast with. You have to turn around like this.
Yeah.
I actually feel way better doing this. I have my own podcast with some friggin' jerk from New Jersey, and we have to stare at each other. His name's John Montag. He's a great guy. He's a great dad. I don't know why I said the second part,
Sure.
but we look at each other the entire time, and it's a weird dynamic. For some reason, having the headliner sitting directly behind you, it feels like it's an appropriate thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sit behind all my guests like we're on the back of a plane, and you gotta turn around and talk to me.
Yeah, we'll put when we do it at your place, we'll just get a chair in there, put the chair in front of the couch, and just place them there.
Yeah. What do you talk about in your podcast?
I don't know. It's just totally buffoonery. It's really not. We just did a live episode that we did at the open mic that we run. And we thought it'd be like a fun thing to bring people that come there. And just about everybody hated every second of it. And nobody had fun. And they told us, hey, it's your first and last time. Hope you had a good time. But
Wait a minute. What was so you did an open mic? You did a podcast during the open mic?
so we did a live podcast during signups of an open mic.
Right.
And if anybody's familiar with comedy, nobody wants to hear anybody talking during the sign-up portion of an open mic. And we went up there and we're like, "What's up with you, you friggin' pussy?" And they're like, "Okay."
And they're comics.
Yeah,
They're
all
wannabe
comics.
so they're animals.
Yeah, it was not a good time, but it works out.
Did I tell you I did an open mic the other day?
Yeah, you did.
Did you really?
I went back. Yeah, it was one on my block, and I was like, I'm gonna just go because I was having a hard day. I was like, I want to say something out loud, so I went, and I was also like, hey, maybe there'll be comics, and maybe they'll have questions, and I could try to help them. Nobody knew who I was, which is fine. I didn't expect that. I'm in New York. I'm in Queens. You'd think you'd know I'm a comic. I went on stage, and they were they didn't laugh at anything, and it was like I know this stuff is funny.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, this is never healthy. Like there are comics up here who might actually be good. But I said this. I don't know if I said it. Did I say this last time?
I don't remember if you said it on the pod or just to me.
But I was like, I was watching comics who were bad, and I used to watch them and be like, oh, that sucks. Like this person sucks.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have a hard time. But then I'm like, no, they're gonna be out of the business so fast that they're going to be happy. Like that woman is going to quit doing comedy. She's going to get a husband. They're going to have a nice family. They're going to have a lot of money. And then 10 years later, they're going to turn around and be like, oh, hey, look, there's Jen from Open Mics. And she's going to be, in a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm eating roast beef out of a brown bag I found on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, good for them. Good for you for being bad at comedy. Being medium is the worst because you'll never quit. And you'll keep working. You really want to be amazing or the worst.
Yeah.
Medium sucks because it's not enough to quit, and it just keeps you going.
Do you see a lot of medium while you're out?
You're talking to medium.
Shut up, dude.
I mean, sure. No, yeah, man. You see, dude, you see guys who are fine at the open mics, and they just stay in that level. It's tricky. It's a fucking fucked up situation.
What's the big part to traverse that next? Like, if you're a medium to try to hit that, oh, I'm actually good now. Is it just an innate thing? Is it the writing? Was it just
Oh, man. I wish you did this earlier because this I love to talk about.
Yeah.
I believe for me it's about So for me, it's like in the beginning of comedy, you are just finding things that you think are funny, right? Or like funny things that happen to you, and you're like, oh, that's something that happened. And then to me, it goes to like finding the real good. Where I'm at now is being like finding something that I want to talk about and making it funny. That's kind of the level. But what you're asking more is along the lines of like, how do you get there? And I think it's you got to put the time in. You got to get the 10,000 hours so you get comfortable because you want to become yourself. But also you want to become an elevated version of yourself. I'm kind of like, sorry, I'm like a little bit, I'm all over the place. But I guess if you're asking like how to get to the next level from open mic to shows is, right, do your jokes, find the way you do comedy and don't try to do another way of comedy. Like for me, I used to be like, no, I got to record every set, listen to every set. I never listen to my sets. I've been doing comedy 20 years. Yeah. I have over 5,000 sets I've never listened to. I write in the shower because that's when I write. I can't sit at a computer. Stop sitting at a computer then. Yeah. Like do it the way you do it. Figure out if you're like, oh, this is what, but be honest with yourself. Like I would say write down your set list, and if a joke works, put a star next to it and be like, hey, that joke worked. And stop forcing jokes that don't work just because you think they're funny. Yeah. Because they're not fucking working. Or rewrite them or rework them. You should listen and you should watch. I mean, with the thing that's good about TikTok is it forces me to watch clips, to put clips up. My best, I think that when I really leveled up in comedy was what time I leveled up was when a special came out because it forced me to rewatch bits for the editing. And when you rewatch bits, you actually learn where the mistakes are. Right. So watch your sets. You really should watch your sets, even though I said don't. Okay, fair. That was a lot of bad advice. It was a lot of. I enjoyed it quite a bit. A lot of stew.
Were you when you started? Did you like emulate a certain person, and you were like, you look back at old clips, and you're like, oh my god, that was like a blatant Bill Burr impression or anything?
Yeah,
or was it? Yeah, it was like
absolutely. But it wasn't Bill Burr. Well, because I was starting kind of like before Bill was famous. Okay. People say that I sound like Louis a lot. I've gotten a few comments, which I love Louis, but I don't see that. But I was emulating Ben Bailey for a little bit in the beginning of my career. Ben Bailey Boulevard. I kind of talked like that a little bit.
You would ask some questions like Cash Cab and things like that.
Because I love Ben Bailey pre-Cash Cab. I was like, I loved him as a comic. What about you? Did you emulate?
I'm trying to think. I mean, there probably was like, because I watched Louis in like high school, like the show and like all the stand-up. So there's probably a little bit of that at the beginning, and like talking about jerking off. So there was probably some of that. There was a point where I think I was copying some of like Kevin Nealon's inflections.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I like Kevin Nealon a lot. But yeah, those are the two that come to mind.
When you're coming up with a joke, how do you come up with a joke?
I just I just walk around and jot stuff in my phone and like the notes. So it's just like, or I feel like I also just talking to people, I'll just like say random things and then be like, is that something? And it's a lot of just like, I think like what happens in my like what just things that happen, especially like I feel like just being around like New York and like going on the subway, just there's a lot of shit happens, and there's like this is like a newer thing I've been working on about how I was on the subway and there was like an old woman sitting next to me and like a young kid probably around 10 sitting across from us, and then she was like, I was foreign or something, but she was just like, are you with him? And I was just like, no. And just like what her thought process is, if she thinks I'm like the friend or the dad, or like how old she thinks I am, and then or she thinks I'm a creep, and is like trying to keep the kids safe. And then I got up and left, and she got up and sat next to the kid, and I'm like, was she a creep?
Right, so was she trying to get that kid? Who was this kid? He was little?
He was like 10. He had a friend that was there before and then got off at the last stop. But also I was just like, yeah, he was young, but it's New York. It's not that crazy to see a 10-year-old on the subway by themselves. I mean, that's not like, maybe wherever she's from, that's like, you would never see that. But it seems, it's like, I would never think of like seeing a 10, 11-year-old unaccompanied on a subway being like, they're stressed or lost.
Yeah.
They're stressed.
Yeah. I think that for me, like that'll happen, and then it's better like if I could just talk to myself, just go for a walk, then you just think about that bit and what is this, you know?
Yeah.
What about you? How do you come up with bits?
I think it's just like talking to my buddies. Like, we're just doing the podcast. I just sit there. I'm like, did I make them laugh? I kind of trust their awful opinions just from their laughter, and I just like, I'll go try that, see if it works. But then that's kind of the weird, like translating from like conversational, what's funny, to like, how do I make this universal so people can enjoy it when you're up there? But
I do think something that helps for me that I did it with like this bit is instead of just jotting it down right away, I like to call someone and just like speak it out
Just
loud
tell
at
them.
least to them.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it kind of just gets the ideas going. So I like to talk on the phone a lot, whether it's even if that's not always the goal.
Right.
As I just like walking around the city and talking on the phone.
Yeah, tell them that's what I do. Like if something happens to me, I tell 15 people.
Yeah.
And then I try to write down the beats, and then I try to go through every beat and be like, all right, what's my observation on that beat, right? Like let's try to, I'm working on this Epstein joke now, which is like the thing that got me was like, so there's an emotion. To me, the emotion is the flag, right? I go, well, you had an emotion about that. What was first of all, what was the emotion? So with Stephen Hawking on the list, I had an emotion.
yeah,
And I'm like, okay, well, what was that emotion, right? And the emotion was like, man, let down a little bit, you know? Like, I love this guy.
Yeah.
And now he's there? And then my mind was then my first reaction with him was like, he probably didn't know. And so then it was like, okay, so like, okay, Greg, you think he didn't know? Now comes the writing. Did he know? And then so the joke I'm working now is like, he definitely knew. So he didn't know. What does that mean? It means, well, that he was just going there for what? For the beach? That man does not like the beach. Look at him. You know, like that man likes pavement. And that's okay. That's a line, right?
fun, yeah.
That guy this guy's like sand. He's just fucking stuck in the sand.
Yeah.
Right. And then it was just like, okay, so one of the other things, it was like, damn, like Stephen Hawking, like he was a hero. Well, why was he a hero? Well, he's so smart. And he still went to Pedophile Island.
Yeah.
Right. So then the next thing was like, well, what the fuck does that mean? Right. So then it's like, okay, well, what hurt me is that like, damn, this is the smartest man in the world, but he still listened to his dick.
yeah.
Right. Not even he can beat dick. Right. And then I asked my friend Mike, who's a doctor, and I'm like, does his dick work? And my friend Mike goes, definitely not.
Yeah.
So I'm like, his dick doesn't even work.
Yeah.
It's dead. Ghost dick. There's a joke about his ghost dick, right? And I'm like, all of that, you know, and then the ghost dick is like, avenge me. It's like a whole thing, right? But then you're like, that's what's fucking wild, right? So for me, it's like, find the emotion, because you have an emotion. That's the little beat that goes, and then you have to dig around it, right?
Yeah.
So like, that's why my favorite bits are those, right? So it's like, if I have this emotion about something, I write that line down, and then it just below it is like, well, what's everything you think about this?
Yeah.
What's all the 50 things you think about this? And then try to put them in order, and then try to like, you just go as deep as you can on that thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
The Stephen Hawking thing too, like just him going there with the dick doesn't work. You kind of think of it's like a never-ending story type thing. Like he's on like the quest for Excalibur. Like what can I see that'll really get this thing cooking back again?
Right.
He could just be on the
you
never-
think he's just trying like?
I think he's just trying to see what sticks.
He was like, look, my dick doesn't use just maybe children.
Maybe kids.
You know, he's like, I've tried everything else. I've tried all of science.
Have you seen The Theory of Everything?
No.
That's the Stephen Hawking movie.
Because you know why. I'm very attracted to Eddie Redmayne. He's the only man I find attractive. And
Yeah.
I don't want to be masturbating to a Stephen Hawking movie.
He
Yeah.
went trans for a movie, didn't he? Didn't he dress up as a...
I know. It didn't
lady?
work for me.
Nothing?
I like him only as a man.
Really?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
He's my one. But anyway, Theory of Everything. It was good. He cheated on his wife, right?
Yeah, well, that's why I think like his dick might have worked, because he cheated on his wife with the nurse.
In the chair?
Yeah, when he was in the chair at that point.
With his dick or with kisses?
They didn't go. They didn't go into that specifically.
What?
But I think it's not like he got into an accident and was paralyzed from the waist down. He had like
He has ALS.
yeah, he had something like that.
The
so
American-
so it's like all his muscles. But I think your dick's on a different system. So,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
think your dick's in a different system?
Yeah, than your muscles. Yeah.
Your dick's...
I'm not a doctor, but I'm gonna disagree with your doctor friend.
I mean, if my guy, man, can't even raise a chin, I don't think he's raising a dick.
I don't know.
And it's so fun, too. His other thing, too, is like, as I'm making fun of him, I'm like, oh, I would never have made fun of this guy. But he did the one thing that allows us to fucking shit on this guy. Right? Like, if he was like, I killed somebody, I wouldn't be like, oh, you know, maybe he, he's got a guy's in a wheelchair. But
Stand
like,
your ground.
he went to Pedo Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough
All
one.
bets are off.
That's a tough one.
Right.
But he has the best defense. It's not a good one, but it's the best defense out of the rest of the people on the list, I would say.
What was the defense?
I'm in a wheelchair and I talk like a robot, and it's not that fun for me.
I'm looking for anything.
Or he could be like, if he was still alive and could defend himself. Maybe he would be like, I didn't want to go. They wheeled me on the plane to the island. I was kidnapped.
Yeah, Bill Clinton kept pushing me on this.
He was like, you're gonna love it.
I know, Bill, and it's so funny when Bill was on. We were all like, of course.
Yeah.
We knew Bill.
Well, we've known that for years, and I feel like we knew most of them for years. I mean,
who were the ones with? Who else do we know?
Cameron Diaz was on there, which
that's
really bummed me
surprising.
out. Yeah, that one hurt
Was she
me
on the
quite a bit.
island or just the plane? And
Just the flight log, but I assume she went down there. And I don't know.
I think. Look, man, I think that guy, for a few things. I think he was inviting a lot of people because the guy clearly likes celebrities. I also think he was inviting people because he kind of wanted to get blackmail because he was there. He had videos on people. There are stories that he was like blackmailing people.
Yeah.
And so I think that just because you're on the flight, I think Michelle Wolf was on the list because she did a bit about being on the list. I haven't seen her on the list, but she does a joke about being like. I don't think Cameron Diaz was there to. I think they could have just been on the plane.
I think it also depends on when you were on the plane, because I feel like if it's before he got in trouble, like before he got caught and arrested in 2007 or 8 or whatever it was. I mean, I just think that there's the people who definitely knew what was going on and were into it, and then I feel like there's people who are just a billionaires, want to come on my private jet or to an island. Who says no?
Yeah, that's a tough one. If
now
you
would.
If you're one of the people who didn't know and you just have pictures of you like smiling, I'm on the island.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later it comes out that all this happened and you're like, fuck, I was having a nice weekend, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's I could see Cameron Diaz, but I can't see Stephen Hawking. I can't see Stephen Hawking being like, I got to get to that water, bro. That man was there for reasons.
Yeah, and they got to get him in the minivan with the ramp to just get him to the airport. It's just a big process, the poor guy.
Yeah, but whatever.
I mean, I just found out right now talking to you guys that he's dead. I had no idea that he was dead. I thought he was just still kicking it.
Died a few years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, man, big ups to the homie.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he's in hell.
That's the other thing that it's interesting that people are so fixated on him who's was in a wheelchair and dead. And I feel like he's really taken a lot of the heat off of
Bill Clinton.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not Bill Clinton because everyone knew that years ago.
I also think people don't care about Bill. He just knew he was up to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just nothing sticks to him. He's just people ask him about it, and he's just I think the evidence speaks for itself.
Not a lot of diversity on that list.
No.
I think that's a problem. I think people need to be like, where's the diversity on it? Well, how come he wasn't a diverse guy?
Yeah, it was all
True,
white people.
yeah. It will be they'll find the tapes of the horrific stuff going on, and then a Democrat will be like, in this video with the 11-year-old girl, you said that the Barbie movie is gay. Are you going to stand by that? It's I think we're missing the point here.
I have a feeling Barbie isn't as good as people have been saying. I got to see it, but I
liked it.
Oh, yeah?
I saw it. I did the Barbenheimer. I saw Oppenheimer and Barbie back to back.
Really?
Yeah. It was fun.
What did you think?
I liked Oppenheimer more, but it was fun to. I was there was 5 minutes in between the two movies, so it was just fun to not be able to process or think about the bomb and how dramatic that movie is, and then you're just in a weird pink world.
Wow.
So I liked the experience.
I might try to watch Barbie tonight.
Yeah, not Lady Ballers.
I know. All right, I think that'll cover it, right?
Yeah.
Not that I cover it. I enjoy doing the podcast.
We have a good amount between
just
the first
tired.
part and this part.
I would like to
and
go
we
to
have
bed.
another show.
Oh yeah, what time's the show?
Starts at 9. Oh no, it starts at 10.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So we got time to get something to eat.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to this. Hey, Matt Peoples. Good luck with your career. I'll never see you again.
Thanks for having me on. It was nice hanging out.
It was nice meeting you. You're a very funny guy. Max, thanks for setting this all up.
Yeah, it was good.
Guys, if you're enjoying this, check out the Patreon. I got a fun. I stole some beats from Blockhead, and then I did some music over it. I don't know if it's good because I got high and blacked out, and I didn't have anyone mess with the audio. So it might be a nightmare, but it also might be fun. I have no idea.
I think people liked it.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did anyone message?
Someone commented on it whoa.
Nice.
Which probably is not negative.
So we're getting great reviews.
Yeah.
Someone said, whoa. And I think I did a radio show too. I just got blackout stoned at the Borgata and recorded 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And I really just want people to listen to them and let me know if they were funny at all. I have no idea. I'll just put anything out. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys for coming. Go to patreon.com/Greg Stone. the Greg Stone Zone, and I'll see you all. Oh, follow Max Marcus.
Max Marcus Comedy. What's yours?
And,
Matt Peoples Comedy. Yeah.
Matt Peoples Comedy.
Hell yeah.
I think he's funny. I didn't see any of his act yet, but he seems very nice in real life. It was funny on the podcast, so I bet he's great. So we should all check out Matt together.
Thanks,
That would be great. All right. See you guys. Bye.
Cool.